And that's no good, because we put a bung in there, that means we're only down to one water tank with you.
So we thought we'd fix the water tank. We put a bung in what we thought was the broken bit, and then when we've tried to refill it today, we found a leak somewhere else.
So, like, you can separate the two tanks. So I thought I'd fixed it. I put a bung into where the original valve was that had busted off, and that seemed to do the trick. And so I just started putting water into the water tanks, and water started leaking out of the other bung. Okay, so this bung had a sort of nozzle on the end of it, which had a piece of pipe connected to it, so it actually had the two tanks connected together, so when you drew water from your taps, it would draw water evenly from both tanks. So what I've had to do is isolate this one tank, and I've taken the pipe off that connected the two tanks together, and to bung up the other pipe so the water doesn't leak out, I've used some surfboard wax. So I've just moulded the wax into the end of the pipe, and hopefully that does the job. Filled up the tank now, and it's not leaking, so we should get the use of one 95 litre tank, and I was able to fill it up by using the water tank and 12 volt pump that we've got on the Ranger. So it's full. What we'll do is we'll also fill up the tank on the Ranger, which is 70 litres, and hopefully with 70 litres in the Ranger plus 95 litres in the caravan, hopefully that'll get us by for a little while. If we get down the end of the Oodnadatta Track and we find that we're leaking, we're going to have to just divert and maybe go to either Port Augusta or back to Broken Hill or something like that. But fingers crossed that we've sorted the issue for now. Alright, so this morning we're about to head back down the Oodnadatta Track. We're putting all our preparations in place to hopefully have a bit better trip going back. We're going to hit some good corrugations once again. We've completely removed the microwave altogether. We won't put that back in until we find a better solution. And we're just bunkering down on all the cupboards and everything like that. So hopefully we'll be okay.
Everything's wedged in place.
Yeah, everything's wedged in place, that's right. So, and as karma has it from yesterday, after doing all the work on the water tanks that I did to just secure us one water tank, I met a bloke who actually had the fitting that we needed. So we are back in action. We're going to have two full water tanks and a full vehicle tank as well. So
let's hope we still have them by the end of today.
All right, we'll let you know how we go. Right, so we pulled up at Coward Springs. As the name suggests, there is springs here, so we're going to take a bit of a dip, get in the pool. Yeah,
looks awesome. Looks very inviting.
Yeah, so let's test the water, see how the water is. Is it warm?
Very nice.
Oh, Jesus, that's cold! Oh. Woo! Oh! Yeah!
That was fast.
Oh yeah, look at that!
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome! Little sandy bottom and stuff, it's pretty cool. Woo!
Very nice.
Woo!
Trying to keep your hair dry.
Huh? Why are you trying to keep your hair dry for? Oh! So cool! That poor old buffer wishes he could get in the water too, it's getting a bit hot. Bloody flies are annoying too. So dotted all along the Oodnadatta Track are these old ruins that you find. they're saying that this one would have been home to guys who were working in gangs that worked along the Old Ghan Railway track. So a lot of the stations we've been through, such as William Creek and Coward Springs, they were all located there during the Old Ghan Railway, which would have transported people from Adelaide up towards Darwin. And those stations would have been where people jumped off. They could have a feed and a drink and things like that. And that's the main reason why they exist out here. It's where the trains would stop and then they could reload with the coal to keep the steam train running. Right, we just pulled up. I think today's day was a bit longer than we expected, so we left William Creek around about 9:30 or 9 o'clock this morning actually, and we only had 250 k's to go on our drive today, but we've got here to Muloorina Station, which is about 250 k's south, and it's about 40 k's from sort of the southern border of Lake Eyre South, so that's the reason why we've come here. But check out this is a cool spot. So we're camping right here, and this is a natural spring here. So this is what we're camping right beside. Absolutely awesome. So I think tomorrow we shall be able to go in that water and go for a bit of a swim. Yeah, no, this is a gem. $10 a night, if you can believe that. It's unreal. And it's got toilets, so it's a bit of a maze in here though when we drove around to find a spot, but yeah, all good. Time to crack a beer. Oh, it's a bit shaken up from the road. Oh, beautiful. Right, so what's the verdict on the caravan after that trip down? It's looking a lot better than when we got to William Creek, eh?
A lot better. Missing a few knobs and bolts and things.
Yeah,
but
we lost a knob off this door here. How's the inside of the fridge look?
The fridge is pretty good.
Pretty good. Alright, that's much better. Alright, so that goes on there.
Yeah.
So I think it appears that Vicky's driving the other day must have been just way too hard for everything.
Or
and
somebody
I was
forgot
just,
to put the tyres down.
I was just much better today driving. No, we
both shared again anyway.
Yeah, we deflated the tyres today, took 10 psi out of all the tyres, and it was a much smoother ride, but also we could take it a little bit slower today. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's done wonders for the caravan. Yeah, so hopefully that sort of thing, where we turn up and the caravan's an absolute disaster, is a thing of the past. Right, so here's the downsides to camping next to the water spring here at Muloorina. Oh shit, Mozzie's bloody going nuts. Alright guys, I've driven out to a place called Level Post Bay. It's about 46 k's from Muloorina Station where we're camping. Worth the drive though. I mean, check that crazy scenery out behind me there. So we're right on the edge of the lake here, one of the few places that you can actually walk on the lake. I'm having a late sort of get a bit low because the wind's a bit full on and it'd be pretty hard to hear me. But at the top of the sand dune in front of me where I'm looking at, you get some crazy views up there, which I'll put in the video anyway. You can see so far, see all the salt. This also leads into Madigan Bay, and Madigan Bay back in the late 60s, I think it was, is where the world land speed record was broken. Back in the day, I think the guy drove the Bluebird vehicle at a speed of over 700 kilometers per hour. So yeah, pretty remarkable stuff. But yeah, this is well worth the drive out here if you can get, if you're interested in seeing Lake Eyre. It's unreal. Yeah, so the dramas continue. Just had the air compressor trying to pump up the tyres, and yeah, all of a sudden she just stopped working. I got a burny smell, and so I had to pull the fridge out because the air compressor is located at the back, and it's a good air compressor. And yeah, the old fuse just burnt out, so I guess another thing that needs to be fixed. We pulled in for 3 nights camp at Farina camp station. The old township of Farina was the head of the Old Ghan Railway in the mid-1880s, and in its peak had up to 300 people living here. But as the railway moved further north, the importance of Farina became less and less, and in the 1950s the post office, police station and school all closed down, and the last residents left a decade later. This is one of the railway bridges on the Old Ghan Railway here in Farina Station. There's 752 of these that were in place during the Old Ghan Railway. Many of them you can stop and see, and some of them are pretty impressive because they do span quite some distance, and it's a real testament that they're still standing today as well. Aboriginal community camping right here. Check out the view of that mountain.